Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. Hey, David was on Hogarth today, so um, when I got to watch a little bit of it, I was at work, so I can't, I can only multitask so much. Dave was mentioning that his back was starting to act up a little bit today, so I just took the initiative and decided to do a solo video today, give him some relief because I'm sure he did a video for his channel. He did the show for Hogarth, and right now he's probably lying down taking care of his back. So I finally saw the video with Donald Trump back on November the 14th when he was on, I believe he was on Air Force One. He was taking questions from the press, and White House correspondent Catherine Lucy had asked a question about the Epstein Files, and that was the famous "quiet, quiet, Piggy" comment. So what was going on with that? They were on Air Force One. She had asked him. She had asked him about Epstein. I want to find the exchange here. It's just on this other article. So the question she asked him was, Mr. President, what did Jeffrey Epstein mean in his emails when he said that you, quote, knew of the girls? He said, I know nothing about that. They would have announced that a long time ago. And then he started to raise questions about Epstein's relationship with Bill Clinton and Larry Summers. Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years. And then he started to call on a different reporter for the next question, but the first reporter kept talking with a follow-up question about is there anything incriminating in the files? And that's when he pointed a finger at her, leaned in towards her, and said, "Quiet, quiet, Piggy." And then he went on to take on additional questions. Obviously, that's completely inappropriate. It's also, what do you expect with Trump, right? He's just, as he gets older and he starts to lose more and more of his mental faculties and capacities, he can't internalize that. He can't control his emotions and his frustration and anger, and he lashes out. The other thing that kind of makes me wonder is how much is this Epstein case causing him stress and anxiety? That whole Nine of Swords card, because he is, he was digging in. He was going to fight this thing, and basically the House forced him to change direction, and it just makes you wonder how much he knows of his actions in this. In other words, why would you fight so hard if you didn't do anything, right? I know I am not in the Epstein Files. I am all for bringing all that information forth, right? The only people that are going to be really, really not in support of that are people who are in those files or know people who are friends that are in those files. So, that's what we got on that. So he's called Catherine Lucy Piggy. And so I just wanted to kind of take a look at that. What's the energy around that? And what do we need to take away from this? So once again, entertainment purposes only. I guess, since she was on Air Force One, I guess pigs fly, right? Ba-dum-bum. Thank you, folks. I'll be here all week. I bet you wish David was here, right? Okay, so you don't need to see my phone on screen. Okay, so what do we know about this whole situation? What do we need to know about this? Okay, you got the Eight of Pentacles. I immediately had two thoughts. One is, okay, Catherine Lucy was just doing her job. She's asking the questions that people want to understand. They want to know the answers to. All right? That is simply, she's doing her job. This isn't Fox News or OAN where they're going to give you big softball questions. Did any of you see the Saturday Night Live sketch where they have Caroline Levitt taking questions from the press crew? And they had an African American guy who dubbed himself unnamed uh, reporter from Fox News, and his question was, "Is President Trump too healthy?" And she's like, "I am so glad you asked that." Yes, and it's just like all these real softball questions. You know what? Sorry, Trump. You took the job of president of the United States. Sometimes you get asked the tough questions, especially when you're being called out by name as being involved in this, right? She's doing her job. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing. Why don't you do your job? Excuse me. The cross of challenge is the Ace of Wands, because there's that movement at foot. There's a new action being taken. Congress is now voted to say, yeah, it's time to release the files. We are forcing the Department of Justice to open the files, and Trump needs to act on this now. He's either going to approve this or he's going to reject it, right? Excuse me. He says it now. He's in support of it, so I can't imagine that he's going to reject it. But at the time that the exchange occurred, he was trying to get them to reject it. Ooh, sorry about that. I'm getting over a cold, and I'm a little phlegmy these days. So you got to miss out on a great cough attack there. Anyways, when this exchange happened on Air Force One, Congress, he was still trying to lean on Congress, or the House specifically, to reject this. And I suspect that when this was happening, he was getting lots of bad feedback about, no, the House is going forward with this. And he was probably really frustrated at that point. The energy underneath it is, so what do we need to know about the exchange is she's doing her job. Trump realizes that the Congress is going to start taking action, and that people are going to want to see results from this, and that this is going to shine a light on something he has tried very, very hard to keep in the dark and to delay out. Excuse me. In the past, you had the Two of Swords. He had a choice. He could have honored his campaign promise, which was to bring the files forward and prosecute all the Democrats that are in it, right? Or you can just hope that it goes away and that nobody remembers these campaign promises you made. From the viewpoint of Catherine Lucy, she's got a choice. Do you keep asking these questions, or do you back down and take the verbal scolding and be cowtailed? I don't think she's the type that is going. She's very experienced. This isn't her first rodeo, and she's on the press corps for the White House, so she's clearly someone to be reckoned with. And I don't think this is going to be the last we've heard from her. Current energy is the Seven of Wands. I know exactly what this card is. This is the White House trying to defend what he said. That she was being rude and that she was being mean and, blah, blah, blah. There's no excuse. You can defend this until the cows come home. There's no excuse for this. What you did was wrong. Overarching energy is the Nine of Cups. There's a lot of wealthy and important people who are going to be exposed on this list. And our favorite president might be one of those people. Lesson to be learned. Eight of Cups. As this case moves forward, there are going to be people who are exiting the political life, whose careers are going to be sunsetted. This is also going to lose support. Trump is going to lose support. The more he fights this, the more his backers are going to move away from this. This is a very polarizing case, and it's fracturing the Republican Party, the Republican base. Outcome. Ace of Pentacles. It's a new beginning. The evidence is going to come forward, and it's going to be big, and we're all going to be around to see the sunshine on this. Okay, not a big. I don't know. That's not a surprise to me. Of course, I'm also interpreting the cards, so I can make them say whatever I want them to say, right? Because it's my interpretation of the cards. So, Trump's nervous. He didn't want this going forward. And I want to switch gears. Trump had a lot of victories, especially with the Supreme Court, where he just seems to be getting away with it over and over and over again. Never held accountable, always pushing. Just like when you send off a bunch of people to third world countries without any due process because you've decided that they're gang members, or you're killing people in boats because you say they're drug smugglers with no evidence, no proof. You just go ahead and do it. But lately, he's been having a string of setback after setback after setback. His revenge tour is faltering. You've got the the federal judge for the Comey case, and probably Letitia James too. Obviously, two separate cases. The Comey case has been getting a lot of headlines because it doesn't even look like they had a proper indictment. They were playing fast and loose with the rules and procedures. And don't be surprised if that thing gets tossed and the statute of limitations runs out on Comey. I think with Letitia James, they probably got a pretty good case that it's vengeful prosecution, and that case may get tossed, hopefully with prejudice. What else has he got going on? You got the Supreme Court looking at his tariffs. You got the federal court in Texas basically blocking his redistricting map that he demanded from the state of Texas. So there's just a bunch of things that are setback after setback after setback. And let's take a look at the cards and say, okay, what else do we need? Will this continue? Or what else do we need to see? Or what else are we going to see as a result of this? Is this a trend that's going to continue? I guess for this, we'll just do a little four-carder. Trump's been having a lot of losses lately. Is this a trend that's going to continue? Foundation of the reading is the Hermit. He keeps trying to find a way to get his agenda moved forward. The main clarifier is the Six of Swords, but it's basically he's trying to navigate, but he's in turbulent waters. And it's like the opposite of his ship going in. It's like a dog running with his tail behind him, underneath him, right? His tail between his legs. He's trying to find some path forward, but really it's an exit strategy. He's on his way out. The energy is on its way out. Seven of Cups, unethical behavior, smoke and mirrors. Don't trust, don't believe him when he says anything. I mean, that's not an observation that's going to surprise anyone who watches this channel. If you're MAGA and you're watching this would be a very shocking card to you. What do you mean? I can't believe him. Yeah, you could tell he's lying when his lips start moving. And the final clarifier is the Nine of Wands, and he's losing all these battles, and there's more battles to come. He's running out of resource, and his karma is running out. The energy underneath it is the Four of Wands. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you in the butt. It's kind of if I'm not doing a Trump health reading, but if you were to look at this in the guise of a Trump health reading. He's starting to retreat into his mind. He's on his way out. He's losing his sense of reality. He's losing the battle, and people are gonna wave bye-bye to him. Boy, that was easy to read. I think what I'm getting from this cards is watch his mental health. David had done a reading that did really, really well. He doesn't do health readings on Trump anymore. He just asked the question: Will Trump? How will Trump's power level be? Will he be a big influence around this winter solstice? And it came back, no. I think he had some like really, really bad cards, like Ten of Swords, Death card, those types of things. It seems like his power is waning, and we've mentioned that a couple times. And let me take a look at how Truth Social is doing. We've done a couple of readings. They're not popular with the folks that watch this channel, and that's fine. We don't always put readings together because we think that they're necessarily going to be popular. Sometimes we do stuff that we're interested in, and if it's popular with you guys, great. And if it's not, well, we'll do something that you like the next time. One of the things that we like to do, or that we've kind of hit on far earlier this year, is the DJT stock, True Social stock. And as the True Social stock, it's kind of a barometer of how the public's feeling about him. And that stock peaked up at about $40 a share. Yeah, it was. It peaked up, $40 a share right after he got inaugurated, right before he got inaugurated, and then it kind of settled in around 20. Right now, it's trading at 10. It's gone from about 17 to 10 this month. It's lost almost half of its stock value this month. He's in trouble. And the people who are buying this stock are people who believe that owning shares of True Social will give you influence and a path into talking to Donald Trump. If you were doing it based purely on market fundamentals, this stock would be a penny stock. It might be worth $1 a share, maybe, probably not. It would probably be a penny stock. So the True Social barometer is his power level is dwindling, and it's dwindling fast. It's almost in single digits at this point. It's almost $10, under $10 a share. And if you look at those health card ratings, those cards as a health reading, yeah, his energy is going away. Let's ask a question here. Will the Epstein Files be the straw or part of the straws that break Trump's political back? Because he had to switch directions to make it seem like he still had control over the House, because he lost control of the House. Okay, so are the Epstein Files going to be the straws that break his political back? Okay, let's make sure we got this right side up. Four of Cups. Not happy with the options that are presenting him. Perhaps retirement is in your future. Queen of Wands. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of happenings. He's losing court cases. The Epstein Files, people are clamoring for this. His Justice Department is falling on its face, and is on his political revenge tour. There's a lot of things happening that are making him unhappy. People are getting ready to say goodbye. So long, farewell. I'll be the same good night, right? And it's the other clarifier is the King of Wands. That, to me, when I see this is Democrats and Republicans working together, and in this case, it's about time we started taking back our roles. That actions are going to be taken. You got both the King and Queen of Wands. This is about actions. Energy underneath it. No one to fight. No one to walk away. Will this be the thing that breaks his back? Is he gonna? Let's get a couple of clarifiers on this. Will Trump the fighting and walk away? Will he be forced to walk away? Queen of Pentacles. Take care of your health. whatever's happening is moving forward. Oh, it just stopped there. And I'll just do the last one. And it'll be out there. It's moving forward. Everyone's seeing it. Yeah, so very likely that the Epstein Files are going to be the quote-unquote straw. It's not really a straw. It's more like a bale of hay. Drop a bale of hay on an overloaded camel. It's the straw that's going to break his political back. He's in the video we had. Dave came up with this great cartoon that shows Trump in a cartoon of Trump as a duck because he's a lame duck, and that's essentially his lame duck session has officially begun, and it looks like his political power died with the Epstein vote. So that's what I got for you. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Sorry for that. I'm feeling a little under the weather. I was actually pretty sick Friday and Saturday last week, and right now it's just kind of that lovely time when your lungs want to expel all the junk that's been swimming around in there. So sorry about that. I want to give a couple of shout outs. I have got a list as long as my arm for kitty cat shout outs. So let's see if I can go down the list here a little bit. Giggly Aaron. Hi, Giggly Aaron. How are you? I totally recognize you. Reggie could use a shout out. We lost his buddy Gandalf. They were both orange tabbies almost a month ago. Reggie's now stuck with a dog and a grabby 5-year-old kid. I'll tell you what, man. For a cat, there's few things worse than a grabby 5-year-old kid. Justice card for Reggie. Reggie, that's not just for you. Hopefully you find a nice quiet place to hide out, right? Let's see. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Peace. Hi, Peace. Let's see. Thank you, Gary. P.S. My mama kitty Isabelle, who's 15 years, and Matilda, her daughter 3 years old, say hi. Well, I'm going to say hi right back. And they get the 8 of Swords card. I bet you they felt like there was no way out. Once they said hi, it's like, oh man, I hope he leaves me alone. Nope, sorry. Yeah. Hi, kitties. And then I got Joe Frazier. Me and Callie Meow, Kitten of Destruction, are watching at 0400. She's looking for snacks. I love Kitten of Destruction. That is such a great name because they can bring an end to all sorts of things around the house. I remember I worked with a lady who her cat had got pregnant. They had kittens. And she goes, I'd wake up in the morning, go to the living room, and it looked like it was a college frat party in there. Everything was just all over the place because the kittens were running around raising hell through the night. Let's see, Karen Richards, the Insomnia Club. Me and my cat, Matt Meower, breakfast at 3:30 in the morning. Oh my God. We have such a great Insomnia Club on this channel. So Karen Richards, welcome to the Insomnia Club. It is a party out there with the Insomniacs. Amy Sanders, please give a shout out to my brave kitty named Ginsu after the cheapest seen on TV knives. While I was in the hospital for the summer, she was a good kitty. Amy, I hope you're feeling better. Ginsu, there you go. What an appropriate card. 5 of Swords. Ginsu can cut a tomato just like a knife. Then I've got Teresa Orhan. Teresa Orhan. My kitty's name is Olga. Hi, Olga. Hi, Teresa. Let the sunshine in. All right. I like that card. Okay. Oops. Let me delete this so I'm not giving out duplicate shout-outs. I'm going to do a couple more here. Lori Lewandowski. Yes, cat lovers here. All rescues always. One time we had 9. We're down to 2. Big Orange Twins, Thor and Chewbacca. Wow, those are powerful names right there. Lost her brother last January, Timon. Okay, so for Thor and Chewbacca and Lori, you got the strength card. Yeah, Lori, you have to be strong to handle those big orange tabbies there. And then we're going to wrap it up with Angela Riley. I've got 10 rescue cats. Good Lord Almighty. I thought we had a lot at 6. I'm a rookie. I ran a cat rescue for 14 years. These have all been dumped here since I closed my rescue. Meow Meow, Kokomo, Dust Bunny, found sleeping in the dustpan, and her brother Blue Bunny, Tabby Benoit, Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer and Aunt Becky, Lucky One, and Sherman the Tank. I know, it's a lot. Love them all. How could you not, right? And you are the Queen of Swords. Yes, you know the truth and you know what needs to be done here. That is a house full of cats. So thank you so much everyone for watching. I truly appreciate you and I hope you have a great and wonderful Thursday. Take care folks. Bye. Shh. Shh, Piggy.